The world is currently undergoing a deep state of awakening, and it is a very interesting time. Free thinkers and optimists in a world overshadowed and dampened by a seemingly powerful few are finally questioning a system that we have all learnt to become so dependent upon. People begin to see that it is a crazy notion that we have to pay extortionate rates in order to have basic necessities such as food, water and shelter. A form of slavery where we have to work for the man in order to pay the man to live on an earth that was made for humanity to share. Basic survival has been marketed and sold at a price. Spiritual growth has been swapped for the want to expand materialistic gain. We fill a void with things rather than genuine connections and heartfelt feelings. How have we allowed ourselves to get into this situation? Why have we succumbed to the point where mothers and babies die hungry and forgotten in the cold, when as a group of cohabiting humans we have more than we have ever even needed? What happened to those people? The ones whose greed has become the downfall of so many. An awakened person will understand how it feels to share literally unbelievable facts that are hidden in plain sight with those around them who are yet to see them. Facts about the rulers of the world, the food that we eat, the symbols laid out before us, the music and films that we have for our entertainment, vaccinations, and the real reasons behind wars, as well as so many other things. Yet, even when the listener is provided with the facts and the proof and reasonable explanation, their response is to ridicule or easily dismiss what they're being told, and probably never even ponder any of what's been said ever again. This happens for a number of reasons. Firstly, their programming is so ingrained in their psyche that anything other than what they know sounds insane. And secondly, you're asking them to forget absolutely everything they've ever known in exchange for the complete opposite, or something that seems so far-fetched to them that the effort to even think about it becomes too much of a task. Centuries or more of careful planning has got us into this state. The rulers of the world own absolutely everything, including us. So therefore, this makes it incredibly simple to coerce generations of populations into thinking a particular way, a way which suits their own desired outcome. Unless you already have like-minded people in your family or your close circle, this path can become quite an isolated one, leaving you feeling completely distant from the people closest to you and as an outsider of society as a whole. Once you're able to see the world for what it is, you can't unsee that or stop the questions. It almost takes you to a place of paranoia, and one of the only things that you feel that you can do is just research more. And as you unravel the matrix of lies and you go deeper down the rabbit hole, you find that you come across conflicting information, and it's a situation that doesn't get solved by asking Google or speaking to your friends. Because you've now embarked on a journey where you have to sort the truth from the lies, but in a world riddled in conspiracy, deceit and manipulation, fact-finding becomes a very difficult mission. What's laid out in front of us is an absolute masterpiece of deception, clever and cunning planning. A world completely imprisoned, bought and paid for slaves, believing that they have freedom because they don't see the bars that constrict them every day. We've settled for existence rather than living. Liberation is a fight, and one that is met with so much resistance. You do begin to find key players who you believe you can trust, ones whose information resonates with you on a soulful level, and you depend on them to help you with uncovering reality, until they say something that makes no sense to you, and it doesn't add up. So many people who think for themselves get so much right only to be let down by still believing in certain areas of warped realities. And we see this so often, where like-minded, awakened people come together in discussion and end up tearing into one another, enraged by simple disagreements. When really these people are all on the same side, the side that wants justice and for the whole world to wake up from this terrible nightmare. Yet we argue amongst ourselves, and we lack the cognitive dissonance that allows us to consider other possibilities. It's the same cycle again, unlearning information. We won't always get everything 100% right all of the time, but we are allowed to change our minds on stances and admit when we're wrong, because there's humility in that. For goodness sake, we had to admit we were wrong when we first had our eyes open to all of this anyway. Do you think that they didn't expect this? Do you think that they haven't planned for when people become wise to their evil? Of course they have. This is why they've ushered in so many Pied Pipers, so many wolves in sheep's clothing to drip feed us enough of what we know is right, only to lead us completely down the wrong path. Situations like that make everything seem so overwhelming and confusing. And a lot of the time, this is when people decide to let go and ask themselves, what can I really do anyway? Because I'm only one person. And they admit defeat and they try and conform once again, but that nagging feeling doesn't go away forever. So many people lose hope and give up their fight. It's understandable. We know the whole system is rigged, but this doesn't stop us allowing our guard to come down and to put our faith in someone in power who seems to say all of the right things and leads us to believe that they will ignite the revolution that we've all been waiting for. That doesn't make us stupid. It shows that even though we see the darkness, we can't help but have faith in humanity. But yet again, that hope is dashed when we realise this revolutionary leader is just another side of the same coin. This leaves us disheartened and feeling cheated. But the point I'm trying to make is that people should not give up, no matter how much traction we are met with. We have to meet it with double that. One person can make a difference by standing with the truth and standing by what they know is right, even when they have to stand alone. That can be enough. It still makes you part of the resistance.